And relax and watch Maven.
Break it down like this.
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station, and everyone seems to be more or less occupied with Super Bowl talk. I don't know if I can go that far with it. We'll see what we can do as we end off the week in a Freestyle Friday. Steve Rummage in the building, Nikki V in the booth.
Yeah, I mean, we can do a little Super Bowl conversation, but most off, when it comes to Super Bowl, we'll just tell you to come and watch it with us at Buffalo Wild Wings in Middletown.
Yes, indeed.
Come by, hang out with us, watch the Super Bowl.
How many of the fans are going to be these Johnny-come-lately Kansas City and Philly fans, Steve?
I mean, the Super Bowl does turn into the Kentucky Derby, and let me explain. On the Kentucky Derby, everybody gets a horse. You're like, I found a horse. I like this horse. This is my, it's my horse. I know its whole backstory.
That's a good point.
The Super Bowl, I think, to the average human in I'm said in Shepherdsville. Why did I want to say in Shepherdsville? In the United States,
right?
That was really Freudian and weird. But anyways, in the U.S. is you pick a team. You're like, it's Super Bowl, man. I really hope this team.
Do you like doing the Super Bowl boards and stuff? $5 for the boards? No,
I know too much. It's too aggravating. That's not fun.
Why? Because somebody who doesn't know anything beats you.
You pick with your head. Yeah, you pick with. You're like, oh no, I know about the Super Bowl. I've watched Kansas City this year. I've watched the Eagles multiple times this year.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know what they want to do. I know how they want to do it. I know what everything says. I know from game 2, Marcus Maben told Steve Rummage, man, that Eagles line is really good. And then you go, wow, you look down at the end of the year, like, man, that's one of the all-time great lines. Like, you're like, golly, they're all, like, I just know too much. So I would rather just root for Pat. Root for Pat Mahomes.
Why am I rooting for Philly?
Because they're gonna win. I mean, like, Philly's gonna win the game, and that sucks. Because I know Philly's gonna win the game, but I'm still gonna watch it, and I'm gonna hope something happens that they lose. I will say this:
I watched them up close, and I just want to be. I want to be right.
I'm not passionately
okay.
I'm not.
If you got into the game and
it was a good game, and Philly had the ball down the stretch, you're like, we should see a good win, But I don't want them to win, so I will, I kind of all right, good, whatever. But I really don't care for Pat Mahomes at all. So I'm like. It's odd, though, the Super Bowl that I feel like is getting the least amount of pub. Like, it's just kind of feels that way. I mean, like the trade deadline yesterday, and we'll chat about that later, too. But, I mean, the trade deadline, like, totally overshadowed the Super Bowl. And it's like, but it's odd that that's the Super Bowl. It's probably one of the best matchups we've had in the Super Bowl in a long time.
Like purest record matchup.
Like, I mean, this is a really good. I mean, it's the 2-1 seeds, and both of them are awesome.
Yep, good
offensively and can do things, and they've got playmakers everywhere. And it's like, this is like the Super Bowl. It's kind of like,
and here's the thing too. I'm not committed. Yeah, like you said, I'm not committed to Philly, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, Steve. Philly is Alabama, LSU, the game that everybody hated.
Mm-hmm.
I love. Well, listen, Steve. Nothing makes me happier in football right now.
Yeah.
Nothing makes me happier, literally, than to watch a completed pass of 8 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And to watch Philly jog up to the line, and everybody gets down. And they bull ahead for 3 yards.
Uh-huh.
And then they start over.
Yeah.
Go block. Go block. We got a good line. We got a strong, thick leg quarterback. Go push 3 yards. I used to love Tom Brady doing it.
Mhm.
It used to piss me off because why don't people do that more?
Yeah.
And what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Get on the ball. Go get 3 yards.
It was one of my favorite Tom Brady moments, man, when leading up to him versus Tebow in that year when Tebow was smoking hot, beat the Steelers.
Right.
It was like the first drive of the game, and they throw a pass. The Patriots get it on like the 2-3 yard line. Brady gets everybody up on the line, snaps it, and Brady just bulls forward for a touchdown. And when he gets through the line, I remember he like Gronk spiked it.
Right.
And I remember being like, he is going to make an example out of Tim Tebow today. Like, this is going to get ugly.
You could tell
Yeah.
that week's energy of Tebow mania.
Yeah. It was like Brady is going to destroy the Broncos today.
That one, and when he hit the flea flicker on Ryan Clark,
Mhm.
you remember that one,
Mhm.
and ran to the end zone like he was running his mouth.
Yeah.
You know, it was-
Sprinted all the way. Yeah. I was like, okay.
yeah. See, like because here's the thing, Philly will represent the return of football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I watch it.
just hate their coach though. God.
See, and that's an in-conference thing. Like I don't pay attention enough to the line or what it's called, the narratives with Philly.
Mhm.
I don't really know who's got beef with who and who hates who, and you know, I'm just like, listen, y'all.
Mhm.
I watched them. Poor little Jalen.
Mhm.
I know Jalen's not a soft kid, and I watched them get their paws on these linebackers of Texans and I watched them treat 4 teams bad, bludgeoned. No, we have the biggest, baddest offensive line. We're strong, and we run fundamental routes. You know,
Yeah.
run fundamental comeback routes. Their receivers fight not to give up the pick. I used to wonder that about Dak sometimes. Like, I don't think y'all are working hard enough. You know, Steve, you know me. I was going to bench Malik because who's my wide receiver that went, like a couple wide receivers would not fight for Malik not to get an interception. You know, the ball's in the air. It's a bad pass. Sometimes wide receivers go to extra distance to make sure this is not a pick.
Yeah.
That's actually it's kind of funny. That's the same kind of attitude that I talk about when I see people roll on the ground in basketball, the extra roll.
Yeah. It's
You know,
like, why are you
Like
down on the ground?
one roll is fine, but the second and third roll is saying it's somebody else's fault.
Yeah, right. No, I agree. And that is maddening to watch. But I agree with you on and it pains me, but I agree with you on the Philly thing. Like it is more in your face, and I don't know. It's probably gonna be a great game, man. It's probably gonna be a great game. I just whatever.
Yeah. It's
Odd. There's no characters. There's no.
do you miss gambling on it?
No, I never really gambled. I don't think I've ever gambled on the Super Bowl.
I mean, just pro football.
No, it's insane. They're so good, man. They're so good on both sides of the ball.
You mean Vegas or the players?
No, about both, really, but the players. I mean, you could just be like, oh, this is a turnover. They got the ball on their own 40 or on the other team's 40. I'm betting for this drive. I'm betting points are scored.
Yeah.
And then like Aaron Donald swim move, strip sack. You're like, how did that happen? You're like, oh, they're pros. They're the best in the world.
Right.
Yeah. You can't predict what the pros can do, man. Like they're that good.
I mean, we watched.
Texas says, why don't we stream on Friday? Are we not streaming?
We are absolutely streaming.
I think
on
we are
Friday.
streaming, Texter.
What do they mean? Are they mean the radio, or do they mean no? Actually, not only are we streaming, Steve is on ISO cam right now.
Am I?
Yeah.
How's it look?
It's a good look.
Is it terrible?
Yeah. We're trying. I need to send you I'm gonna send you an invitation as well, Nikki.
I don't see the ISO cam.
What do you see?
It says I'm in the studio.
Oh, I do see now. Oh, okay. Now it's a switcher. I like that.
It says I'm backstage.
This is awesome.
Oh, you used the link from yesterday?
Yeah.
This is cool. I like this.
Oh.
This looks good.
Pass it along real quick. Hold on.
Made for the Ville?
No, you're backstage on another one, Nikki. I have to send you. I have to send you a new one.
Get off their stage, dude.
Sorry, Jimmy Fallon.
No, this looks good.
So people, if you're curious to know what we're talking about, we have multiple camera angles in the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I like this.
Okay.
We're working on it. By the way, let me say this really quick, and then
I'll send it to your DM, Nikki.
We'll move on to some UofL stuff. I want to get to a little conversation I was on with Ennis yesterday. We had a fun time. Ennis and Biscuit was on with, and I had a great time, man. A little conversation there with football I want to bring over into here.
I'm listening.
But before we do that, let me give a quick shout out, man. The sausage McMuffin it's the best.
You had one this morning?
I did. It's
sausage McMuffin.
It's the best. I heard Diener and them talking about it the other day, and they were like, egg McMuffin. And I'm like, no, I like the sausage McMuffin. So I was like, I hadn't had one in a couple months. You know what? I'm supposed to get a sausage McMuffin. And it just reminded me, sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin. It just reminded me, it was like, it's perfect. Perfect. The McMuffin was cooked perfect.
It was better than your McGriddle?
Yeah. I think it was.
I haven't had one of those.
It's perfection in a breakfast.
I mean, they have been doing this for quite a while, Steve.
Yeah. No. Oh, Texas says my bad. They got it. It's all good. No, that's what we're here for. We're here to help each other. Okay, let me start off here. Can we start off with some football?
I'm listening.
You okay with starting off with some football since it's Super Bowl weekend?
It was a big NHL trade deadline, but no, that's fine. Kidding. It was just a joke. Cheesesteak.
I literally called Barry Melrose the pee break back in the day, because it was like when Barry Melrose came on the screen, it was like, all right, I'm gonna go pee real quick. Watch the Sports Center, because as a kid, you just watch Sports Center.
Yep.
Well, that's what we did in high school.
That was
the TV
only
was
channel.
Always on Sports Center. And then when Barry Melrose would come on, it was like, all right.
I would hear.
I got a Barry Melrose story, but I am not telling it on the air.
Well, we didn't ask to hear it.
You know what I would
trust me.
You know what I would do for that segment? I would get a quick game in, a practice game in Madden or something. Like go to the training on Madden.
yeah. It's like, hey, I'll come back when they're talking.
I would switch over, Steve, and get a quick, the little running back 2-on-2, Madden or something. I would do something like that. Like, let me get some training in real quick. Some defensive stuff. Look, some swim moves. Working on my Madden swim moves. I'll be back.
User picks and all that stuff.
Right. Okay, football conversation.
Bill Connolly's ESPN. Like I said, chatted with Ennis about this yesterday. And we didn't get to talk about it yesterday on here. Had some interesting things to say about Louisville. They did the thing where they said, hey, everybody make a wild prediction, right?
Like bold prediction.
Everybody make a bold prediction for next season. It was the game to be most excited for. They went through that, and they went through breakout teams. They did the everything who will have the best comeback, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got to this, the wildest predictions.
I'm listening.
This is what Bill Connolly had to say. Louisville wins the ACC. He says, okay, I know it'll probably be Florida State or Clemson. And Florida State lives up to the increasingly lofty hype is another prediction I seriously considered.
Mm-hmm.
But you asked for a wild prediction. In their first division-free ACC schedule, the Cardinals avoided both Florida State and Clemson. And their toughest conference road game is probably either NC State or Miami. If Jeff Brom enjoys any of the first-year effects that he saw at Purdue, when he immediately bumped the Boilermakers from 3-9 to 7-6,
Mm-hmm.
he could have a surprisingly awesome first season at Louisville. You're going to have to get used to this again. Okay? You're going to have to get used to again ESPN people and college football people going every year. You got to watch out for Louisville this year. Louisville could be the team. That's what Jeff Brom brings. That's why you see now first preseason ACC prediction story thing. It's watch out for Louisville winning the ACC. Throw it out there. And I agree with what he said. It probably Clemson, Florida State. But I think his point stands. Don't be surprised if Louisville's in Charlotte playing for it. Because, for one, the schedule is, I'm not going to run from that.
Yeah,
they did well on the schedule. Yeah. No divisions matters because we talked about this yesterday, and I was like, the problem is with divisions for Louisville was you always had Clemson and Florida State. Yeah. It's like, well, you may win, you may be 10-2. But I'm not going to make the conference title game. Whereas this year, it's like, yeah, you will. You will make the conference title game, you know,
based on your record.
Based on your record. Mm-hmm. So I think for me, hearing that, it kind of brought me back to, you say things like Louisville football's back, you know, Louisville's back, you know, we're doing things and we're, you know, and it's like with Jeff Brom, you know, because we know it's not an if. It's not an if. Jeff Brom will be an awesome coach. Is he going to have 10 wins every year? No. Are you going to have a season here and there where you're like, man, did we only pull off 7 this year? My God, you know, like, what are we doing? Fix it next year, coach. But there's no risk to will we be good, you know?
Again, Steve, you can all like, even if you don't believe us, right? Even if you don't believe us, go back to, listen, I forget who said it first, so I don't want to steal it, but it was such an excellent point. You've never had a Big Ten championship game participating coach make a lateral move
right
to the universe. You've never had that.
Yeah.
You've only had first time. I mean Schnellenberger, like a respected name, already proven, already done. And like I said, Bobby 2.0 was,
but there was stuff around that.
Yeah, there was a rehab feel to it.
Yeah, because I was mentioning with them yesterday, we were talking about coaches that went on, talking about Charlie Strong, and they agreed with me on this. It was like, Bobby didn't fail when he left, though. I mean, he did in the NFL. But I mean, when he come back, I mean, Arkansas was number 3 in the country. Bobby was his own worst enemy on that one. Yeah, like Bobby screwed Bobby.
Yeah. So yes, there was there was muck around it, right? But when you say pure, okay, without his situation, right? A football coach who's successful in the SEC at Arkansas, you've never gotten a move like this.
Yeah.
Proven, winning. I do this. This is what I do. I've done it before.
Yeah.
I've done it at the high level. I already know what I need to have in place.
Yep.
Like there's no experimentation to what Brom is doing. And there's no experimentation to the recruiting.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm at the crib. Look, I know I have guys who know the area. We're already in the region, already know. All right. Look, I'm down with Luke Campbell, day one. I'm already here. Like, the chess pieces are already in order. So, of course, my first snarky thought when you said wild predictions, I'm like, I don't have to sit around and say I expect, and not like expect like I'm going to be disappointed if we're not top 3.
Yes. Yeah.
But I expect. Okay. And Okay, I expect it to be an upper echelon at ACC, right?
Sure.
Just based on, like I said, even if his name wasn't Jeff Brom, a coach that had Purdue in the Big Ten championship is a good coach. The other stuff is
It's a big guy. That's big. That's really big.
really
guy.
big dude.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Well, and again, you start to. I mean, that's when you talk about Louisville being the hunter and Louisville being that in football. And we love being that, and it's like you always had the preseason. Watch out for Louisville. Watch out for Louisville. Watch out for Louisville. Like I think, because see, here's my thing. Year one, it's a wild prediction. Year two, they're the team to watch out for. It's you get what I'm saying? Like.
Actually, year one, it's a wild prediction till about game 4.
Well, yeah.
And I'll take it a step further. I know he can move the ball.
Oh, yeah.
With a solid quarterback. I've watched what he's done with quarterbacks. So I know I have an out route. I know I have a simple 5-yard fundamental route that can get the ball. I can get first downs.
Yep.
If I know I can get first downs, my anxiety level is 30%. Listen, I saw the tweet about the perks of the season tickets.
Yeah.
If I was on the fence about season tickets, the fact that I know he can move the ball with a third string quarterback would make me say, well, I know I'm going to at least see some points.
Yeah.
Listen, I know I won't be 3 and out all day long.
Yeah.
Now listen, my scores I might be getting beat 42-68, if I don't have any defensive players. But I know I'm going to watch my team put up 42 points.
Yeah.
And I'm going to feel like I'm in it.
Yeah.
I'm going to know I have some, like I said, it might not be heavy hitter, or I know I can control the ball.
Well, you'll be ready to go too. Like we were chatting about the Notre Dame game, and I thought Dave said something. He's like, the one thing I know is they're going to be ready to go. They're going to be ready to go come Notre Dame game, because we were talking about that's going to be. There's a good chance Louisville will be 4-1 or better going into that game. It's going to be a massive home game, with Notre Dame coming to town. And again, like I said, the last 3 years, Western Kentucky, Ole Miss, Syracuse, I've watched my team look like they didn't practice all summer. What did y'all do? Did you just stop and come back and play? Whereas, like, there's no doubt in my or anyone's mind when you go to Atlanta, Georgia Tech is going to just have to be better than Louisville to beat them. You're going to have to out-execute Louisville. You're going to have to just flat out be the better team to beat Louisville in Atlanta on Labor Day weekend. That Friday night on the 1st.
He should have beat Lamar.
Yeah. If you didn't have Lamar, he would have. It's
if
like
you didn't have Lamar,
that was the difference.
You were going to lose.
What's the difference? You had Lamar.
And Dez, when he was hungry, when Dez was full,
I know.
Hungry.
I know. I'm like, man, it's like they'll be ready to go. And that's a comforting thing to have back, where I just know my team's going to be ready. And when I start to read things like this, and I read things like people starting to say, hey, watch out for Louisville to win the ACC. Win the ACC. That's why it was a wild prediction. I don't think he would have called it a wild prediction that he had said finish top 3 in the ACC. I mean, he's saying, go to Charlotte, beat Clemson, Florida State, or whoever, and win the ACC. And Louisville's the ACC champion in year 1.
And listen, and when you look at, like I said, when you repeat that schedule over and over again, it's like you're going to be able to watch a spring practice and say, okay, game on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, spring ball is going to be awesome this year. That spring game, I think, is going to be, just an awesome crowd. A Friday night before Thunder. I mean, listen. I'll be blown away if that lower bowl isn't 75% full. There's going to be a decent crowd there to watch.
If you do that, that's going to send a big beacon to the conference too.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
Like, yo, look at there. Was that a spring game?
I know.
Come on, the nature.
Poor guy in Cincinnati's gonna be like, y'all really didn't. Y'all just hated me.
I tried to have an open practice for y'all.
Right. Nobody wanted to come. We did a spring game on ESPN. Literally, there's a handful of people there.
It took you 3 years, Coach.
Yeah.
We tried.
I'm like, I can't wait for spring. I'm like, who you want? You want the offense or the defense? Who you pick your team red or team white? Which one are you? Yeah, like, man, dude, I don't know how he's going to split the teams up. That's why I say that. But, I mean, man, it's fun. And when I read that yesterday.
He's going to do a Butch Jones bull in the ring.
He probably would get in the middle. And
any player that can throw me out the ring in 6 seconds or less.
And there's this. You know, there's nothing more on planet Earth. You know this. That Jeff Brom wants than to be the most successful coach the University of Louisville has ever had. Like, he cares about that. Like, that matters to him. It matters to him that Louisville wins a football game. Like, it matters to him. You know, he's a fan and now the coach. Like, I mean, there's nothing this guy wants more.
He's not a showman.
No.
That's what's the fun part.
Oh, no, not at all. I think Ennis said it yesterday. Jeff Brom has mastered the art of saying nothing in a press conference. I'll give you a great press conference, won't say a thing. Because I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that.
I'm not here to entertain. I gotta win. Look, the entertainment part will be my product.
Yeah, I'm here to win games, man. Texter says, I love the ACC conference talk, but one thing is on my mind: humbling Stoops. That's there too. And I like that the texter said that, because that does feel like two different conversations. Don't it? Like don't it feel like two different conversations this year?
I don't know. This is arrogant, Steve.
Okay.
Steve, you know it. You know what, Steve? You didn't freak out. You didn't freak out losing to Kentucky like you should.
When, last year? Yeah, because I had reserved my mind to the fact we were never going to beat them again.
I know.
With Satterfield.
But you know what you never let go of?
It was one of the worst football games I've ever watched.
Do you know what you never let go of?
What?
This ain't us out there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You never let go of the fact, like, that's not us.
Yeah.
That's not going to be us. We gotta get through this.
Yeah. This sat shall pass.
Yeah. This horse sat shall pass. That wasn't nice.
This will. It won't always be like this.
I know. And listen, and I think your switch.
Sorrow lasts through the night.
I think your switch. Once
Satterfield lasts through the night, but Brom comes in the morning.
Once you knew it was signed, sealed, and delivered,
Something like that.
right?
Yeah.
You forgot about the Kentucky games.
That's a good
instantly
point.
Forgot.
That's a good point too.
Yeah, like you don't feel like Kentucky has owned you now. Once you get Satterfield, it's like
no, y'all beat up on Satterfield the past couple of years.
That's like y'all won those games by default, like or by forfeit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's like retroactively Michigan fans saying we won the championship. It's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah,
no, you didn't. That team you beat, or look, the NCAA came in there and did something dirty and just like, yeah, that's what happened. Y'all just got it. Yeah, listen, y'all just got a dirty reversal.
Look, sorry. Yeah.
No, we dominate you in football. I'll see it. Look, I'll see it game time.
I know.
Let's take a quick commercial break. 93.9 The Ville.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and you want to talk about a great start to 2023. It's like I've got Biff's book from Back to the Future, but I don't. I'm just that on fire. Go to FatJackSports.com and win this Super Bowl weekend. You'll get the predicted final score, the top prop bets, and most importantly, you'll make money during this key weekend of the year. FatJackSports.com. It's only $99 for football, or save a ton of money by getting the preseason package now. Go to FatJackSports.com to win.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold crab, tap, canned, or bottled beer? 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
Louisville basketball is on the road at Miami. Pre-game coverage begins tomorrow at 5:30, right here on your home for the Cards, 93.9 Louisville, and the ESPN Louisville app.
Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. The real estate market in Kentucky is booming. And whether you want to buy or sell a home, now is the perfect time to do it. With interest rates at an all-time low and programs that can get you in a home for no money down. Want to learn more? It's simple. Just call Derek A. Stewart with Dream JP Pirtle. Derek is available virtually around the clock to listen, understand, and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
With the Kroger app, shopping online with pickup and delivery is the same as shopping in store. Same low prices, same personalized deals, same rewards on the same high-quality items like Honeycrisp apples and pasta sauce, with no hidden fees or markups. It's one small click for groceries, one big win for busy families everywhere. Start your cart today at Kroger.com. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, I got your script.
Here we go.
Hey guys, Dr. Tisdale here. Want a possum experience for your pet? Come see me, meow. Nick, the script sucks.
I'm telling you, Doc, puns.
No.
Trust me.
No.
Yes.
No.
Fine.
How about I just say, hey guys, you love your pet and I do too. So come to Tisdale Animal Hospital. Call 502-384-3260 or request an appointment online at TisdaleAnimalHospital.com.
Solid.
I can offer listeners a free first exam and a complimentary 1-month supply of flea and tick prevention.
Nice. Hate being itchy.
Also, we are one of the only veterinary hospitals in Louisville with a state-of-the-art in-house cytology machine, allowing us to test any lump or bump and get results in 2 hours or less.
Ooh, science.
Open 7 days a week, right off the Snyder in the Chamberlain Point Shopping Center.
Okay, that was better.
Told ya, Tisdale Animal Hospital.
With interest rates and gas prices creating so much uncertainty, there's one thing that you know you can rely on, and that's the roof over your home. At Carlin Roofing and Sheet Metal, they understand that now might be the time for you to look at that roof and decide to get that work done that you've been putting off. Carlin replaced my roof a few years ago, and I can speak firsthand to the quality and efficiency of their work. Carlin Roofing and Sheet Metal also has financing options. Look them up online at carlinroofs.com. That's CARLON roofs.com or 458-9898.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
I'm attorney Darrell Isaacs, the Hammer. Have you been injured by a dog bite? Let us take on the big insurance companies, and we'll fight to get you the money you deserve. Go to WeWin.com for your free case evaluation. Just click and get help quick. Go to WeWin.com. That's WeWin.com.
Hi, guys. It's Mark with Oakview Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with erectile dysfunction and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men. Our wave technology is backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, but will also include something unique that produces powerful results in the bedroom. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but it's free to those who call in the next 2 minutes. Call 502-410-2000. That's 502-410-2000. Guys, put a stop to your erectile dysfunction and get your life back. Call Oakview Medical Clinic now to qualify. 502-410-2000.
Coach Walsh and the Cards fly right here all season long.
Robinson lobs it to Cochran, low left, plays it in! 9 for Cochran!
Looking for a return trip to the Final Four.
For the 4th time ever, the Cards are going to the Final Four.
This is your home for LG&E coverage of Louisville women's basketball.
Drives left to the lane to the bucket, lays it in with the left hand.
Coverage of the Cards and Clemson begins Sunday at 1:30 right here on 93.9 The Ville.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
The big game is this Sunday, and I have one question. Are you ready? Wing Zone can help with your Sunday game plan. Tell Wing Zone when you want your order ready, and we will make it happen. We have a ton of great deals and pre-order specials at wingzone.com, including 100 boneless for only $79. Visit wingzone.com to see all of our offers. Wingzone.com. You got it.
Whatever we do today, let's keep in mind
I didn't like it.
our military, whether currently serving or a veteran. They risk their lives to help make our freedom possible. We must never forget our military protectors. This salute courtesy of Artfully Insane Tattoo and Body Piercing, located at 2604 Bardstown Road in Louisville. Visit www.artfullyinsane.com or call 502-409-8288. That's Artfully Insane Tattoo and Body Piercing, on the air saluting our military.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 509.
This whole phase has been shitty. This whole phase has been.
Louisville FC is ready to kick off the 2023 season in March. Each
No, I didn't like Doctor Strange. Yeah, I didn't.
backyard racing will make
Yeah, maybe the drinks it back. Right.
Pinot and more. And season tickets are on sale now. Packages start at just $14 per match for games at the beautiful Lynn Family Stadium. Call 502-LOU-CITY or visit racingloufc.com/tickets and join us for racing's biggest season yet.
You're listening to 93.9 The Ville, powered by Isaacs and Isaacs Injury Lawyers. WeWin.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maven. 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. Like we always do this time, let me remind everybody that temperature control is and always will be one of the most valuable resources one could have. If you agree with that sentiment, then DFH Company is most certainly the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split, like the one we use here at the 93.9 studios, sometimes referred to as the Players Club, for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com.
Also, it's Friday.
Uh-oh.
Pizza Day! Shout out to George and the Barano's team for bringing my lunch to the ESPN Louisville studios. Barano's has you covered for the big games this weekend. Your spot before and after all games or concerts at the KFC Yum Center. They're celebrating 45 years of Louisville-style pizza. Heart-shaped pizzas are back from now until Valentine's Day. Don't forget to order for your Super Bowl this Sunday, and let Barano's take care of you. Carry out delivery, 14 area locations, Metro Louisville or Southern Indiana. Yeah, it's that good. Barano's Pizza.
One more extra
Pizza Day!
Bonus recommendation. If you've sustained damage in the last 2 days with the heavy winds, I have to pass along this number for you. So you either get out your phones right now and tap in this number, or if you got a pen, I'll tap dance for about 5 seconds to give you the number for Citadel Roofing and Construction. Again, it's not going to hurt to ask, not going to hurt to get your home checked on, because it is your fortress. And your number one defense is your roof. So Citadel Roofing and Construction, here is the number, 502-219-7964. Give them a call. Let them work through some of the issues you have, and thank me later. So where do we go from here, Steve?
Well, and I want to remind people tomorrow night, Miami game, we are the home of UofL. I don't think we forget to remind people enough on this show, particularly, I think sometimes, that we are the home for UofL basketball. So we'll have your play-by-play coverage. 5:30 be a network pregame. 7 we'll have the play-by-play with Paul Rogers and Bobby V. And at around 9:30-ish, we'll have the Coors Light postgame show with Ethan Moore. So that'll be right here on 93.9 The Ville against a Miami team that, I'll be honest with you, Marcus, I get the least. It's just not going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what to tell you. I have more faith that they could beat Virginia at home than I do they could go to Miami and win tomorrow night.
Now, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a all basketball kind of a pregame, just a full pregame segment later on.
Yep.
So, Steve, let me tell you this. Not only do I agree with you, it unveils my psychosis when I think about this game.
Okay.
It's a rematch. It's a rematch of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
We're going to get a chance to learn.
Oh boy.
How much of that was you just taking it? Right?
Every time you say that, you dig it. Dig it.
I can't
Reminds me of that guy.
I can't believe that.
If I could go back, that would be on my top 10 list. If I could go back in a time machine of moments, I would be like, send me to that moment. I would be across the gym watching Marcus and watching that guy just like, you take it. You take it. Like,
listen.
I just see over there like, yeah.
So I sit in the corner just
Yes.
First, like, who the hell are those idiots?
Yeah.
Wait,
Who's that guy?
I'll never be friends with them.
But again, here's the problem with that, Steve. What he said to me and the emotion that he brought out of me is why I don't judge people that have committed crimes and ended up in jail and just had like a spastic moment. You know what I'm saying? Because he turned me into something I would never do. I never got in fights on a basketball court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the next game, Steve, I was going to put my fist through a human's head.
Right.
Because I was so offended that what he said to me. And it angered me. I had rage that he said that to me.
Yeah.
Because it was like, is that what you think of me? You know what I'm saying? And I respect him. Like, this dude, Steve, okay, put it this way. You know how Muhammad made the joke about that kid's been in the military?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this coach grew up with like Drazen Petrovic and them, like you remember. Okay, politically, I don't really know what but you remember how Drazen Petrovic and those guys would say between Croatia and Yugoslavia and and the renaming of territories and stuff like that. Like, he was from a hard area like that.
Yeah.
Where those players, because they were coming out of some areas like they had some nasty, 7-footers. So, okay, dude looked like Dan Issel. He looked like a Russian Dan Issel. You know what I'm saying? That's what this man looked like to me. And he was the coach. And he could barely move, right?
Yeah.
But you know how you remember in Above the Rim. You remember when they rolled past the dude playing basketball by himself?
Yeah.
And they were laughing like, he's out there playing without a ball. You know what I'm saying? He's like, is that dude crazy? Right. And Kyle Watson looked and he was laughing, right? He was like, and he looked, Steve, and he went.
Yeah.
And he took about 10 seconds and said, yeah, he's out there playing without a basketball, but can you see the moves he's doing? Like, that move works.
Yeah.
So it was like when I saw that Russian, like, just shooting around and just doing one-on-one moves a little bit, I'm like, he can play basketball. And I mean, he could barely even walk, Steve, but you could just see when he loosened up, he could play. So I guess I had a real respect and appreciation. And the fact that he said that to me, I was like, I'm going to kill somebody.
That was mine. Yeah.
Right. So anyway, I don't even know how we got that. Yeah. But yeah.
Well,
Right.
Pittsburgh.
I would give them the speech. I would give them the speech. I would say, hey, they stomped a mud hole in you, and it didn't have anything to do with your skills. They just stomped a mud hole in you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here we are, 3 days later, we're basically going to play the same team.
I know.
And it's like, okay. And
this team's already kicked the crap out of you once, too.
Yes. And me as a parent, me as a fan, you know what I'm saying? I can look at that team and say, yeah, like, hey, it wasn't. You were like, you didn't have a motor out there. And you didn't have a motor because they took your motor. And we all saw it. So as a fan, I get to sit back and say, oh, well, who's going to have a motor today?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, this is not one of those games, Steve, where I have to say Jim Larinaga is outsmarting my coach.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes you watch a Clemson game, you're like, oh, it's a nice little system. Nice back cuts and discipline in there. It's like, no, they're going to put some dudes out there and they're going to find the weak people. They're going to find, listen, I don't want to talk about, like I say, I won't go deep into the details of the game plan. That'll be in the pregame show segment, you know, but the way their team plays is going to be more of competitive. Are they going to be more competitive than you? So that's how I get to learn about my team. I mean, does that make sense? Like watching the game, learning about your team through.
I'm really dreading it. I'll be honest with you. I'm really dreading it tomorrow night.
You dread it because you don't think we're going to match any intensity.
And with what Coach Payne said in his show, I wonder if he'll switch anything up. I wonder if you'll get like an Okorafor starting. I would hope to kind of see that just to kind of back up what he was saying.
Let me ask you this: Okorafor with a quick trigger, or Okorafor gets to play through like other guys?
I would let Okorafor play through because you made some comments on your coach's show, you being Coach Payne. They kind of, for the first time, kind of said like, "Hey, I'm acknowledging like this group's not. It's not going to work. It's not going. You're not going to be here."
I don't listen, Steve. When you said it and I heard it the way you heard it, I wanted to fight, but I'm like, you might be winning me over.
I know,
but I'm not sure.
I'm like, so I want to see that backed up with action myself. I want to see that backed up with like. So now I'm going to start Okorafor. I'm going to start a couple guys like. You only got about 7 games left, 6 games.
See,
and it's over.
And that's what I'm saying. I think at game 7 left, it's like I don't see a huge.
Do you not think Okorafor's earned the right to start on this team? Because I do. When I'm watching my starting big man jog down the floor, to me, I'm like, no, Okorafor has earned the right to be the starter on this team.
You know what? I probably think more of Sidney sacrificed his right to start.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's fair. Sure.
Okay. Put it this way. I wouldn't argue with you, but I just say that just to have another point of view.
Yeah.
To me, Sidney Curry has sacrificed his right to be on to have his name called.
Yeah.
At a Louisville, a University of Louisville basketball game.
Yeah.
He has sacrificed his right to have his name called. 100%. Late, down 15, tough play, even further is the reason you sacrificed it. So yeah, I would.
Well, I think first 4 minutes of the game getting outran down the floor.
Oh,
because you're not tired.
Isn't that what I said? Did I not say that?
I thought you said last 15. Okay.
Oh no, I'm saying
later
on. I don't care about your play.
Oh
after getting blown out.
Sure.
I don't care that you tried to go get a couple buckets
I get what you're saying.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah. Like I can't have that first 4 or 5 minutes and you get outworked like that.
Like somebody texted in yesterday and they said, NC State's got a big man. It's like 400 pounds.
I know.
And he dominates.
But Steve, Steve,
he's not probably 400, but he's big.
That's what my original point was when we talked about he's out of shape. I'm like, that's not out of shape.
Mm-hmm.
That's mentally.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we agree now?
Yeah.
This had nothing to do with his condition. I mean, he runs.
Mm-hmm.
If he runs lazily, again, there's never been a more out of shape human being on the planet than Troy Escalade Jackson.
Yeah.
And he could give you 3 minutes of getting up and down the field or the court.
Yep.
Troy Escalade, and he was 450 pounds.
Yeah.
It wasn't conditioning needs to be better. Everybody's conditioning needs to be better. That's not the problem.
No, I do agree with you on that.
I was screaming that game 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not the problem.
Yeah, so it's not conditioning first 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah,
that's not what it is
at all. Let me get to the phone lines. Doc, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
So, question for y'all. Going along with the idea of Sid sacrificing starting, when Manny gets his inevitable fouls, which will happen, do you go with Rosie and push Sid even further down and make him more competitive, or do you give Sid a second chance with foul trouble on Manny?
I will ask our resident savage, Steve Rummage. I appreciate the call, Doc. What do you say, Steve?
Because I agree with Doc there. I do agree with Doc there.
Right.
When you start Okorafor, he's going to pick up some fouls pretty quick. I'm totally with Doc.
Do you realize I didn't say that to you, Steve?
Yeah.
But that's why I didn't agree about the earning this spot. Because listen, it's not a criticism of Okorafor. He's going to pick up fouls. He's not picking up the fouls because he's being lazy. He's not picking up the fouls because of anything he's doing wrong other than learning how he can push, pull, how he can play this sport. That's why he's picking up the fouls. So when you said earn the right, in the back of my mind, I'm like, you can't just come in the game and give you can't get us halfway to the bonus in 2 minutes.
No, but on this team, the effort he's given to me
is more important than the fouls.
I'm like, you just earned it with the effort, which is sad, which is why we have 3 wins. But no, to Doc's question, I'm talking to JJ and Jalen, and I'm like, listen,
y'all gotta play 4 and 5.
y'all gonna be ready to slide down, and we're going.
At what point do you where does Sidney Curry fit in on the roster in a game?
I mean,
after Rose, you go Okorafor?
I mean, I'm not all that impressed with Rose.
Okay.
I mean, what's Rose done to impress you?
I think he's playing hard, but he's not playing effective.
Yeah.
But I still look to your point, the Okorafor effort factor of Rose. I try to give him a shot. But here again, that's how mad I am at Sidney Curry. That's how disappointed I am.
Well, that play broke me, man. It just broke me. I was like, you shouldn't be running side by side with a dude. Just let a dude take off, and you don't even put a hand up. He didn't even do the. Actually, probably should have got an and 1 because you ran into him when he was hanging on the rim. If you want to be honest, so
the out of bounds play might have been worse.
Probably was, but I was so dead at that point that I was like, oh, he didn't get the ball out of bounds. Go figure.
Yeah, like I said, by default, I think Sid sacrificed more of his time.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. If I said Emmanuel earned it just because how hard he's played, which is something I should never just say. I said that to Biscuit yesterday. I said, think about it, man. What bothers me is he was like, Emmanuel shouldn't have been able to come in. And he shouldn't even be a major player. Yeah. But I'm like, what bothers me is how he come in and was immediately everybody's favorite player. Why? Just because he worked. That shouldn't be the issue. A player coming in and working hard should just fit in. He's like all of our favorite players. I mean, we've never been mad at Okorafor. Because you're like, dude, as hard as you play, I'm not going to jump on Okorafor. No way. If he messes up, you know what? As hard as he's playing,
we can work with it.
Yeah.
Because I can work with that.
Yeah.
That's a starting point I can work with. I know I can. 93.9 The Ville.
If you're thinking of buying or selling a home, I've got 3 words for you. Call Josh Jarbo. Legal documents, financing, pricing a home, packing, the list goes on. Every day, the home buying and selling process feels more and more overwhelming. You probably even got a little stress listening to that list, but you don't have to be. When working with Josh, you get a RE/MAX Property East managing broker that has the knowledge, experience, and connections to make the home buying and selling process easier than ever before. As if you needed more reasons to call Josh, mention this ad and get up to a $5,000 seller credit. So you ready to begin your journey? Call or text Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590. That's 502-216-7590, or visit him at joshjarbo.homesinlouisville.com.
As someone who's bought his last car at Neil Huffman Acura at Oxmoor, I can tell you what a great experience I've had with the Huffman Auto Group buying a car. Right now, you might even have a better experience selling them your car. Huffman Auto Group is giving you top dollar for your vehicle, even if you don't buy a car from them. This may be the best time ever to sell or trade in your car. So go where I went, Neil Huffman Acura at Oxmoor. Visit neilhuffman.com to find out more info. That's neilhuffman.com to get top dollar for your vehicle.
Go visit Louisville's ultimate source for everything gooey and delicious. Melt 502, located at the heart of Fern Creek right behind the Moby Dick at 6318 Bardstown Road. Serving the best gourmet melts and sandwiches, handcrafted egg rolls, crispy wings, fried fish, delicious dessert egg rolls, and more. Melt 502, located in the heart of Fern Creek. Dine in or order online at melt502.com. Revolutionizing the way people eat and enjoy sandwiches. Melt502.com.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville.
Sunday, the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles square off in Super Bowl 57. Hi, this is Scott Graham. Join me and the rest of our Westwood One crew from Arizona for all the action. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are hoping to win a second title in 4 seasons for Kansas City. But the Philly faithful are hoping this one can be as special as their last Super Bowl 5 years ago. If it's Super Bowl 57, it's right here.
Coverage begins Sunday at 5 o'clock right here on 93.9 The Ville.
When we have an issue at the station, the only call we make is to DFH Company. They're fast, reliable, and they're good at what they do. If you have any issues, you should call them too. And if your system's on its last legs, the time has never been better to buy a Train comfort system from DFH. This month, receive 18-month special financing when you buy a complete Train system. It's hard to stop a Train, so call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com.
Advancement that has helped thousands of men. Our wave technology is backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free.
Oh, wait, we're streaming. Never mind.
Include something you
I was about to say something.
Results in the bedroom. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but it's free to those who call in the next 2 minutes. Call 502-410-2000. That's 502-410-2000. Guys, put a stop to your erectile dysfunction and get your life back. Call Oakview Medical Clinic now to qualify. 502-410-2000.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings?